Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Howler for an hour. We're starting off today with a game called Taiji, which is one of those weird games that just starts. Like, you load it up, first thing it gives you, game. No title screen, at least not yet. Might be one of those ones that drops one later. But nonetheless, this is how it starts, and this is a puzzle game where we go around an interesting island, I think, and just find puzzle panels and solve them. It said that if you like games like The Witness, you'll like Taiji. And I did check out The Witness, as well as a few games that The Witness was also inspired by. I don't play a ton of puzzle-based games, but I do find these ones that have an environmental focus kind of interesting. I like the mix of exploration and puzzle solving. So we'll see how this one does. It may sound very quiet right now. It's very quiet ambience, but I think it'll probably pick up. But before we begin, if you like the video, do think about giving a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, think about doing that as well. But if you really want to help out, of course, think about coming over to Twitch. We're trying to reach partner over here, but we need more viewers to do that. So if you want to come by, whether it's to lurk or to talk, think about doing so, because it does make a world difference. We're only sitting at 31 viewers right now, which is pretty low. I hope we see more people today. We also have a pretty cool Discord community if you want to check that out. I have a coffee link if you want to help directly monetize my content, and I have a merch store if you want to buy some cool merch. So all links are in the description, and you can check them out if you want to. That being said, I guess let's start. It is telling me to use my mouse, and I do indeed have a mouse, and I can move it around. And I have a little Navi character I can move around. I can also walk around. Oh, I'm trapped. Okay, then. Then I guess I'll click this. Alright, spacebar. Oh, okay. So, that was probably a tutorial. Alright, then. Let's see where this goes. And yeah, I actually have the volume maxed right now for the game. So, hopefully, I think it'll probably pick up. So, it's also a puzzle? Alright. Okay. Oh yeah, I see. Hints right here. Make a Tetris block. A Tetramino, I think they're called, right? Oh. Alright, I'm digging this. When we press shift? Is that shift or enter? What are you asking? Wait, what? No, hold on, come back. What was that key? What are you asking me to do with that key? Oh, it's running. Okay. Maybe they should have put that key with glasses so I knew to try them together. Listen, I'm not that smart. Actually, I know one thing. In the settings, under controls, auto run was an option. Why not have it on? There we go. That's better. Okay, this is all pretty straightforward. Oh, nope. That one's... Before I even try it, I'm going to be smart here. The other blocks were white. That one is black. I bet it wants the opposite. Ha-ha! Black equals omission. White equals addition. Got it. Easy enough. What is this world we're in? Ooh. So this game stated itself, it actually explained that, like, this is a puzzle solving game where you explore and solve puzzles. They said that it was very obvious though where the puzzles were. So while the puzzles may take a bit to solve, you don't have to like really struggle to find the puzzle or figure out what the puzzle is. Basically, the puzzles are conveyed obviously, but you know they take a bit to solve. Oh, I can't actually activate that one. Okay then. Guess this one needs to be done first, then? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. The Tetris world while everyone's on break from making lines. This is during a pause screen. Okay, what do they want me to do here, though? Maybe the opposite? Oh, this one is a... Wait, hold on. No. Well, doing the same solution would be too obvious, right? Wouldn't be the same thing twice. Oh. I don't have to click on each individual one. That's good. Yeah, I didn't think so. So it's got to be another solution. Let's see. Is it... Oh, wait. Hold on. You know what it is? It's this, isn't it? No? Damn it. I thought I was being smart. I was looking at the flowers and stuff and thinking that might have something to do with it. I bet I'm on the right track. I'm probably just not doing the right shape. Oh, wait. Wait a minute. Is it possible? No. Is that... No. Hold on. Maybe... I'm, like, just realizing, like, if I look at the platform itself, though, maybe... No. Let's see. It's an L and a 6 block. Yeah, that's what I thought. I just did that, though. To be fair, like, this partition is covered in some amount of white flowers, and there's a ton down here, and there's no flowers here, but it's against the white wall. Nope. Let's see. Just a 6 block? That would be weird. Yeah, I can go up here. Yeah, oh, is it? Oh! Wait, is that the one that I have to keep track of? Ah, that's disappointingly simple if that's the case. Wait, what was it? No, I did that right. Wait, what? Actually, how am I supposed to respond to that shape? Yeah, because this one has to be associated with this puzzle. Alright, so this one is associated with this. One thing I'm noticing, though, is it's off screen. Can I bring it on screen? Is it just opposites? Yeah, maybe. Apparently so. I put... Can we look at that again? Yeah, we can. I don't understand the logic there. So I guess if a void block is next to an empty space, that empty space should be considered a filled block. And if a filled block is next to an empty space, that empty space should be considered a void block. I guess that's what it's teaching me. Okay. So, like, I can apply that logic here. These, like, this and this would be considered void blocks. And then, since these are void blocks, this one would be considered a void block. This one is a white block. This one is a white block. What do I do with this one? Because this one's being touched by both a white and a dark block. But it's touched by 2 white blocks. So it's probably going to majority to void? Oh yeah, so I guess that one. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I'm gonna guess it's just whatever the majority wins. If there's a gap, count the number of white blocks and black blocks touching it. If there's more white, then it's a void. If it's more black, then it's a filled. I guess. I mean, that seems to be what I took out of it. Oh, there's also blocks in the wall next to it. There is. Does that help in any way? Oh yeah, that okay, actually wait, that is showing the actual solution I just put in, so. Okay. So I guess I am supposed to use the environment. Okay, well, what happened down here then? If I am supposed to use the environment here, then what happened here? Let's see. This doesn't at all match this, so I guess this had nothing to do with anything. Wait. No, it had nothing. No, look. This matches this. So it was for this. This matches. If you look, see? That was for, basically I looked at the wrong one for this. So that one associated to that puzzle, we were confused. This one doesn't associate to anything besides the one just above. Oh, that's not true. Look at the ground. Void. 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 So the ground did still clue us in here. Also, hello, Naya Kobold. and Co. How you guys doing? Ground doesn't matter. I just have to figure out which ground matters for which puzzle. Alright then. What? How did I do that? Oh, I just can't press it. Okay. I mean... okay, so, okay, the only one that can be solved is this one, then. Yeah. It's that one. Right. Let's solve that switch, alright. And then, okay, so this one... Do I have to, like, guess which one each one is? Or just do what works? Okay. Okay. Okay, well, that has to be this one. No, oh, whoops. Wait, oh, it's locked in! Oh, never mind then. That one then. And then... there. Okay. But yes, hello Raiders. Hope everybody's doing well. This game is very quiet, isn't it? The only way I could turn up its audio higher for you guys is if I boosted the Dribble stream volume. Why is this one still... Wait. The gate opened, but... Why? Okay, hold on. Haha, I've resolved it! Okay. That was unnecessary. The gate was already open, but alright. Pretty early melts will be going, but I hope your stream's going good. Oh, thank you. Well, we just started, so... It's been a rough week, but... Seems like a nice game. Okay. Don't think I can do anything with that yet. Let's go over here. Choices. Oh, this goes the whole... Okay, I'm gonna go down this way. It seems like actually a pretty big world. Okay. One thing I will complain about with this game is that, yeah, sometimes, like, the visual information involving a puzzle has to be walked away, like, has to be found a little further away. Which I guess isn't the worst thing in the world, but... Okay, now, see, this creates an interesting situation, because how do I do the middle? Well, I guess by majority rule, that... Yeah, okay. Yeah, it looks like majority rule is applying. More squares touching equal a gap equals the gap's the opposite of that. So that gate opened. This is just a big old castle. Oh, this is open too. What's that here? What's this thing? Yep, okay. Oh! Oh! Is this like a fast travel thing? Did I miss a fast travel thing? So we can keep going past the castle too. Okay, hold on. I think I may have missed some sort of fast travel thing back in the beginning. Because I know there's a square that's not filled in there. No. Let's just let me walk around. Okay, cool. Let's go back down here for a sec. Did I maybe miss a little monitor? A little tiny monitor somewhere? Hey, Chrisoffs. That's who was missing today. Well, I don't see anything. Oh, wait. Maybe it's the beginning one. Well, no. The beginning one I already did. Oh, I can relock myself. That's kind of random. Wait, hold on. You know, I did notice that one puzzle, the gate puzzle with 4 switches. When I solved all 4 puzzles, the gate opened, but one of the switches, like, reset weirdly. And I could solve the puzzle again for some reason. I think this happened here as well, but this time it soft-locked me. Alright. So they got some bugs they probably should work out a little bit. Can I, like... save and quit. Right then. Are you pressing space? Oh yeah, I didn't actually press space. Yeah, I actually didn't press space. Never mind. We're good regardless. Sorry, the gate puzzle made me think I actually broke it because the gate puzzle did actually legitimately glitch out a little bit. Not that any harm, but made me suspicious if I could soft lock myself later, so I thought I just did there. Also, yeah, there's no fast travel puzzle I missed or something, as far as I could tell. Booth Brain has been broken. It's been a hard week. Alright, let's continue, though. I guess we go in this house, or castle, rather. Yeah. It looks like us. Now, that makes me wonder, actually, what is the story here? What's going on? No. I think the solution for this puzzle is a little more obfuscated. It has to do with this, doesn't it? This painting. Let me think. There's 3 dots on his unicycle, but they're in a pattern that's literally impossible for me to fill out. This has many things learned elsewhere. Oh, wait. There's... Oh. So it's an open world puzzle game where I can go to areas before I learn a puzzle mechanic elsewhere. That seems a little slightly badly designed, but alright. Let's just see if I can learn it. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do here, because the white dots are in a formation that's impossible, because this is only 2 wide, and that's a 3 wide formation. And this formation is impossible because this is a 3 wide formation too, if you look at it, because this dot's on the left, this dot's on the right, this dot's in the middle. So I don't actually have a... Open progression goes somewhere else is stuck on something does. I guess. So let's see what this one is. Yeah, there's something here involving the dots that I don't understand yet. Because their placement is really weird. You know, the dot placement is really weird. It doesn't at all line up to the grid. Beast is a better starting point. Well, I will complain. If the game wishes to have a quote-unquote proper direct... Wait, hold on. Why is this linked? If the game wishes to have a proper direction to go first, perhaps there should be something urging me in that direction. I didn't notice anything, though. You could argue, but that's the puzzle. Figure out which direction to go first. I wouldn't call that a puzzle, though. I would call that, that sounds like trying to figure out which math class to go to. It's like, that's not really a puzzle. It's like, I can't do trigonometry yet. I need algebra first. Okay, we'll go here then. It's just like, that's just busy work. It's not really a puzzle. Oh my god, what the... Oh, wait, hold on. M? And what is... No? Okay, hold on. Wait. No, you can't just... What does M do? Wait. Wait, actually, what does M do? It's now all glowy. Huh. Okay. Does that do anything fancy? No. What? Mark. For like Minesweeper marking? Like, this might be a bomb, but I don't know. I'm gonna put a flag here. Okay. Alright, Ooh, alright. So, I mean, I can select... Okay, so if something's in a dotted line like this, I can't change it, so it's just stuck there. It's basically just a fixture on the puzzle. What we got here? We got horizontal blue lines I can't change. Horizontal yellow lines I can decide to pick or not. And diagonal black lines. Okay. I feel like I'd solved the painting puzzles before this one. Let's walk around a bit more. See if this area can maybe... Oh, hello. Huh. That's potentially useful information. But why are those marks at a diagonal when the only mark that's at a diagonal here is the black marks? The other ones are horizontal. So what does that mean? I would say, oh, that means to turn it, but if you turn it 45 degrees, you're going to end up with a diagonal shape. You'd have to turn 90 degrees to get a different... I mean, sorry, wait. Yeah, 90 degrees to get a different shape. But that would just make another diagonal. So it has nothing to do with rotation. Or if it does have to do with rotation, it's a really funky, weird kind of rotation puzzle. Because, yeah, that would be a 45-degree move to make it horizontal, and that wouldn't really be very... There are easier puzzles for learning mechanics. I keep looking a little more. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Oh, you shouldn't do the castle yet. It's too hard. Okay, go somewhere else. Oh, you shouldn't do that area yet. It's too hard. Okay, could the game just tell me where I should be technically heading then? It'd be kind of nice to know. You know, open world design only works if it actually gives the player some amount of freedom. If I legitimately don't know a mechanic until I go somewhere else, then it's not really worth... I mean, I guess for a replay, if you're replaying the game, okay, sure. But for first-time play, what's the goddamn point of having access to all areas if I really need to go one particular place? In fact, why don't you just tell me where I'm going? Because meandering to places where I haven't learned a rule is going to be a waste of time. I feel like I've played puzzle games that were explorative before, let you go anywhere. Thing is, though, that whenever you explore to a new area, that area had its own mechanics to learn, right? So you could go in whatever order you wanted, because every area started teaching you something new. So there wasn't really a wrong direction to go. And then the ones I'm thinking of, too, they did have later puzzles that mix the mechanics together, but you could only access those areas once you would clear the first areas. So the only times you could access puzzles that combine multiple mechanics were when you already knew those mechanics. I think that's a better design for a game like this. Because open exploration let me go literally anywhere, but I need to go to certain places to actually learn the mechanics for other areas. Kind of pointless. You may as well gate off those areas where I need to go somewhere else first, you know? Which, yeah. It's not the worst thing in the world, it's just... Some people would probably argue that that's part of the puzzle, but I just argue that's busy work. Nah, that's not the... It's basically being barred from doing a puzzle because you didn't learn something. I wouldn't call it being a puzzle to have to figure out where to go first. That just seems kind of lame to me. Yeah, gate with appropriate puzzles. Gating is a thing in games for a reason. Yeah, and one would say, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a completely open game. You can go anywhere you want. That sounds really nice, but gating serves a purpose. Sometimes it's good to have gates. It helps create direction and reduce frustration. Because right now I'm a little bit frustrated. I don't know where I'm going. And this is a pretty goddamn big game. So where do I start? Because clearly there's a specific place I'm supposed to start. But I don't know where that is, so... like, I'd love to know. Okay, well, this is binary. Maybe could do that. I mean, maybe. Oh no, I just realized. These pillars have 4 digits, but there are 7 digits a line. What do I do with this? 7 digits per line. 4 digits on a pillar. One links to another. But there's a dot here, starts, dot, starts, and it wants me to figure this out. You know, I get the impression, actually... Wait a minute. I think Epic's wrong? Epic said, oh, that's a harder area. You should probably go somewhere else first. Wait a minute, though. Is those puzzles that were harder that I shouldn't do first... Are those mechanics being taught elsewhere in the map, or are those mechanics literally just taught there at those places I was at, and they're just harder mechanics that take more time to, like, is the learning process elsewhere in the world, or is it actually there where I was and I just have to be really smart? I'm not sure which it is. Because, like, this binary puzzle here, like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, but is there binary puzzles elsewhere that are easier somewhere so I get a feel for how this works? Because if so, then I'd love to go there first, but if not, then there's really no point, you know, like, going somewhere else first. Yeah, direct... This is definitely one of those situations where having complete open freedom is actually kind of not working to my favor. That's a simple... No, legit question, though, Epic, since you seem to have played the game. Is every area self-contained, or do I require knowledge from another area to figure out a area elsewhere? Because if every area is its own puzzle type, then it doesn't really matter where I start. Yeah, some of them will be easier, but I think I may as well start where I was before. Because honestly, I'm looking at these puzzles, and the castle one felt the most surmountable to me right now. I still don't understand it per se, but like it literally let me do this puzzle to open the door, and this puzzle was doable. So I feel like this I was kind of invited here. One thing I'm noticing though is this thing here is connected by a wire to this thing here. I can't seem to interact with them though. Just an observation. I don't really know what to do with that just yet, but. Okay. I'm gonna figure out this. I'm going through hell, so I want to chill. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I have been too. With the whole house, you'll see. Fair enough. This feels more surmountable, even if it is confusing. So, what do we see here? Let's just consider the situation. It's a unicyclist juggling, and there's obviously some dots. Given the shape of the painting matching the shape of this puzzle, and given the shape of this painting matching this puzzle, I think it's fairly obvious to say they're associated. The question is, what is it teaching me? There's 3 black dots and there's 3 white dots. Their position probably doesn't matter, and I say that because their position makes no sense for the puzzle. So I do not think the position of the dots matters. It's more the fact that they're there and they're trying to tell me something. They're not telling me their positional data. They're telling me something else. What are they telling me? I'm going to assume they are telling me there should be 3 white and 3 black. But if they're telling me that leaves 2 squares unaccounted for. Alternatively, they could be telling me something else. It is possible... I'm gonna shot in the dark. And alternatively... Okay. The house contains all the mechanics that spread over numerous puzzles. I still like, I mean, visually speaking, this is the most interesting to me, so I'd rather start here. And also, maybe it would teach me all the mechanics to do it here. I mean, like, what outside mechanic would teach me how to read this painting? Probably not any, because it's like a unique painting. And also, if this house is legitimately, now that you've mastered all the other puzzles, show your prowess, then it should not let me in until I've done those other puzzles. So since it let me in, I'm going to go ahead and legitimately try this. The thing about me is that I get the point of this. It's, hey, go around, figure out what you can solve, work on it, make headway. Problem is, I'm a mix of stupid and stubborn. So, what this means is, if I think I'm being stupid, then I may be like, well, I shouldn't leave. I probably could solve this. I'm just not being smart. And also that ties into me being stubborn. I don't want to leave. That wastes time. I'd rather just figure it out. But yeah, basically, sometimes I don't know how stupid I'm being. So it's like, oh, I'm not supposed to solve this yet. Or, oh, I should be able to solve this, but I'm not very smart. And I just need to be smarter about it. It's hard to tell which is which sometimes. Let's see. You have to fit the dot shapes into the grid. See, that's impossible, though. Because the void dots are in a 3-wide pattern, and the white dots are also in a 3-wide pattern. And I have a 2-wide canvas. So there's actually no way for me to actually put in the dots that way. However, here's the thing. This is a very small puzzle. If I can solve this puzzle, at the very least, that means I could probably solve this puzzle. If I can figure out how to solve this puzzle, it'll help me out immensely for the others. 2 sets of 3 of the corners make the opposite colors. What? Rotate. Well, if you rotate a 3-diagonal dot pattern 90 degrees, you will get, I mean, a 3-diagonal dot pattern. And then you'll get another 3-diagonal dot pattern. And then you'll get another 3-diagonal dot. Rotating this 90 degrees does nothing of value, unfortunately. It will still be a 3-diagonal dot pattern. 2 sets of 3 with the corners made the opposite colors. 2 sets of 3 with the corners made the opposite colors. 2 sets of 3 with the corners make the opposite... Hold on. Wait, 2 sets of 3 with the corners... Make the 2 sets of 3? 2 sets of 3 with the corners make the opposite colors? What the fuck? I just was like throwing that down. Alright, what? Wait, hold on. That was my interpretation of your frankly confusing sentence, Car, and it worked. I did not know what you meant. Wait, what did I do? What did I do to solve this? Okay, the only thing I can say... But that's the void squares. Well, I kind of tried to form a diagonal, effectively. Well, I can tell you, what I took from Carcer's explanation was that he was saying to fill some of the corners with sets of 3. So 3 blocks connected in the corners. So I was like, well, the only way to do that without connecting them is put one in the lower right corner, one in the lower upper left corner, or upper right and lower left. A set of 3 blocks. So that's what I took from whatever Carr was saying. I don't know what Carr actually meant. The question is now, here's the thing. It doesn't matter that I solved it. That's not the important part. The important part here is knowing why I solved it. Now that I solved it, maybe we can work it backwards, though. Let's see here. The only thing I can... oh, my God! I think I know the solution, and it's stupid. You want to know the solution? You want to know the solution? I get it. You want to know what the solution is? I think the solution here is this. See these 3 white dots? And they're very clearly in a diagonal line. So there's one on the left row, left column, middle column, and right column. That's impossible because we only had 2 columns, right? So that can be ignored. It's impossible. These 3 dots are technically in 3 rows. That's impossible. So this dot needs to be ignored, because it's the middle dot of the 3 rows. These 2 dots, though, perfectly line up. If we look at these 2 dots alone, these make sense. And those are void dots. We have 2 void dots. So we put the 2 void dots in, fill the rest. Because they're the only 2 that actually make sense for the grid. I think that's how that works. Let's test my theory over here. So, for instance, the girl here. She has a necklace. If we look at the necklace by itself, that is do and do, but that would require 6. That would require 6 wide space. That's impossible. Now, this is possible. I can do this. That's possible. Not the solution, though. Didn't think so. Now, this dot here, this is an impossible dot. Oh, because its positioning is way too far off. So, like, it's way too far away from the rest. So it can't be, at least mixed with this. This is impossible as a combination. This and this is kind of impossible as a combination because they're so far apart. No, it's not. What's not? What did you deny? No, let's go back to this here. Okay, are you saying I solved this painting wrong? Are you saying my logic didn't check out? Tell me how this puzzle is solved. This one that we've already solved. What am I supposed to look at to have gotten the combination I did? It's counting the number of attached spaces of the same color to avoid confusion. Color matters for grouping as values add together. Counting the number of attached spaces of the same color. 3 white. Well, what do you count as attached? What does that mean? Because, like, are these 2 void dots attached? They're nearby each other. But they're not as nearby as these 3 dots. And this one's definitely not nearby anything. Counting the number of attached spaces of the same color. I mean, the number of attached... Consider them dice face. Okay, well, that's a 3. And that's a 2. Oh, it's like a dice face. That does make sense for the distances we see here. 3, 2, 1. So that would be 3 white, 3 black. That doesn't still explain the solution, though. Like, obviously I can count the dots, but, like, that's not what matters, I think? Wait, why doesn't that matter? Wait, hold on, wait. If I consider them like dice faces, that does make a visual amount of sense, but at that point, why not I just count the dots? Because the number of dots on a dice equals the number it is. So I just need to count. The white areas have to equal the contained values. Okay, well... The contained values is white 3, black 3. That still doesn't explain my solution. Obviously, it would never work that way because I have 8 on the grid. So white 3, black 3 isn't enough of an answer. There has to be more telling me... Well, first off, white 3, black 3, but in fact, white 6, black 2. So why does a black get subtracted and why do 3 more white get added? The white areas have to equal the contained values. But the contained values are 3 and 3, and the result is 6 and 2. Do you see my point? Like, if I'm supposed to count this, that doesn't really... Like, I can make a count, but then I don't really know what that did for me. How do you know this is a pattern, not mirrored? Yeah, it could be, like, repositioned in some way. That's true. But the problem is, yeah, if we're worried about the position makes no sense even if you were to flip it or mirror it. Because, again, the positions of things are demanding a 3-wide grid, and we don't have that, so that can't be it. Positionally speaking, these dots mean nothing, or at least very little. It's not about their position. It's about something else. No, again, even if you... Let me put this in perspective, since a few of you don't seem to understand. It's okay. I'm not good with puzzles either sometimes. Let me explain. Okay, hold on. I'll pull up a thing for you guys. So, as I was explaining, here I'm using the 3-dot pattern here. This is basically a dice face. As you notice, I've kind of cut into quadrants. These dots are 3 wide. Our painting, as you may notice, our grid is 2 wide. It doesn't really matter if we consider about, like, if I take this and I'm like, oh, let's flip this horizontally. Let's mirror it. Okay, I've now mirrored it, but it's still 3 wide, even though I mirrored it. So it's still not functional as a shape, right? Now, let's say, okay, well, let's try rotating 9 degrees. Done. Still 3 wide. So even if you flip it or rotate it or mirror it, you still don't change the fact that it still takes up the same width, so to speak. So it still doesn't help us with the grid. Just wanted to show that for a few people. Just to make it... I wanted to visually show you guys because I think it's a spatial thing. It's hard to think about that spatially sometimes. Okay. Reviews seem to indicate the game is about figuring out the rules and solving the puzzles, not being taught them progressing, so it's entirely possible this one isn't supposed to help you figure anything out. Well, here's the thing, Frack Dog. I'm almost certain that if I knew the solution, if I know why this one works, then I'll know why this one works, because they're very similar, if you notice. Probably this one too, but I don't know. This one has colors. Now that one I have no idea. What the fuck? Alright, So, okay, I have to admit I'm pretty bad at puzzle games that don't give me the rules. The way I generally solve puzzles best is to get explained the rules, be given a few easy puzzles to grasp the rules, and then be thrown a harder puzzle, and it's like, well, it's okay, I have the rules, I have confidence in solving this, right? Because, yeah, the problem with puzzle games that want me to learn the rules by inference, rather than being taught them, the problem there is, even if I do end up learning the rules, by the time I have, I'm too tired to solve the puzzle. You know? My point is, though, I just need to figure out the logic here. It'll help me at least a little bit understand how this game wants to play things. Even if it doesn't help me solve every puzzle, it would still let me understand a little bit more how the game's thinking, you know? So I still don't understand why this one is solved the way we did it. And I need to know that information if I want to solve the one to its left, probably, or at least start to figure it out anyways. Epic attempted to explain. Let's see here. Consider a collection of squares attached to the... Okay, I think Epic has been attempting to explain this puzzle, but I don't understand. Just the values matter here. Epic has been discussing the values. Here's the thing. Epic, what do you mean by values? Do you mean the numerical quantity of dots? Or do you mean something else by value? Because I think what I'm missing here most of all from what Epic's trying to explain is, what does he define as a value? It is the numerical value of the groups, the dots. That is what I thought his interpretation meant, but it leads me into a logical inconsistency. We have 3 white dots and 3 black dots. Ergo, we need to put down 6 white dots and 2 black dots. How does that make any sense? If there are 3 black dots and 3 white dots, why do I double the white dots and subtract 1 black dot? The dice face is a value, yes, The dice face of 3 is 3. The dice face of 2 is 2. The dice face of 1 is 1. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 3 plus nothing else equals 3. 3, 3. 6, 2. I don't understand the logic. So what, it doesn't care about the color. Okay, so I just add everything together. Okay, 6 dots in that case, which means I fill in 6 dots. Well, I did fill in 6 white dots, but that doesn't answer the question of how do I know how to position them. It just cares the whites and... Oh! Okay, so hold on a minute. So, in other words, this is a group of 3. Like, we don't have any white dots aside. We have 3 white dots touching. So it wants groups of 3 white. So basically, this is telling me, hey, if you're going to put down white dots, make sure 3 are always touching. No, not 4, not 1, not 2, 3. So this is telling me, okay, touch three white dots together at all times. What does this try to tell me, though? Touch 2 white dots, 2 black dots together at all times, or maybe 1 dot. It doesn't matter which, maybe? 1 or 3? Oh, 1 or 2, rather? 1 or 2, and 3 only. I think. Right? Because that does apply. We have sets of 3 white dots, following the rule of always 3 white dots. And then we have 2 singular black dots, which does follow the rule of 1 or 3. Or 2 or 1, I mean. So, if you flip the solution horizontally, does it still accept it as an answer? You know what? Hold on. I see your logic. So, what was it? What did I just have it at? I had it like, what's this? No. I flipped it. And it's now wrong. I see the logic. If it was all about the values, then the positional data wouldn't matter as long as I meet those values. But that's a solution. That's not. Technically, though, I'm still following the... this still follows the correct logic, though. It's saying only use sets of 3 white dots, did so. And it's saying only use sets of 1 or 2 black dots, again, did so. I still followed the rules by flipping it. But it's wrong now. It's about the values, how they're positioned. Well, I don't know how to get positional information out of that painting, because the painting doesn't seem to indicate Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is it? I don't know how you define. I don't even know how you'd figure that out, though. Is it basically doing this? These 3 white dots are telling me, make sure your white dots are in sets of 3. This singular black dot is saying, make sure your black dots are in sets of 1. And these 2 black dots are saying, make sure your black dots are positioned in this way. Because I positioned the black dots in that way. The black dots are only ever one in a set. And the white dots are only ever 3 in a set. Okay? I like how every time I'm like, oh, am I supposed to infer it this way? I'm being told no. Every single time I'm attempting to find logic to this puzzle, I'm being told no. It's almost like there isn't any logic to this puzzle. There's nothing here that makes any sense because I just keep getting shot down. Because even if what I just explained made sense, it would be really stupid in a way, because what I just explained doesn't... I mean, it not making sense doesn't surprise me, because if this is supposed to tell me keep sets of white dots in 3s, and this is supposed to tell me keep sets of black dots in 1s, why am I supposed to know that this is positional data? So yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Okay, fast forward to the end where Charm goes, yeah, this game is not for me. I mean, yeah, effectively, but I'd like to at least figure out some of the logic here before I say that, so those of you that the game is for can make a more informed decision. In other words, it would be nice if we could actually figure this one out, so you guys here watching can also figure it out, and then go, oh, that's really stupid, or, Oh, that's really cool. And that might help you decide if you want to play the game, you know? The solution to this might be something that hooks you to the game, or it might be something that makes you decide it's not for you either. To each their own. Puzzle games are very much a subjective thing, you know? Everybody likes different puzzle games. I'm really great with some puzzle games. Others I'm not great at all. Some of them I really like just kind of vibe with, and others I don't. So, yeah, let's figure out what this is so we can figure out what everybody can vibe to or not. That's my main goal. The purpose of Howler for an Hour is to give my own critique on the game, how I feel about it, but it's also to provide information to those of you that want to form your own critiques. My critique is not the be-all, end-all. So if I can provide enough information on the game so you can yourself figure out if it's something you like, then that's good. I definitely hear a cap with feeling like the open industry of this feels hindering. I definitely agree. I'm going to say this right out off the bat, whether or not the puzzles are brilliant or not, the open-endedness hurts the game. I think you should... I don't think, like, completely locking the player off to one area at a time or anything is what would be best, but I definitely think the game should have simply locked some gates until you cleared the areas that were deemed or dictated as more of the easy areas, to get you into the feel of the game, the spirit of the game, to get you brain trained up to the levels of the harder puzzles. This feels like not being taught basic addition before being thrown into trigonometry if you go the wrong direction. This feels like if you went to school as a fresh new like middle schooler and you had all the middle school grades and all the high school grades available. You could just walk in any classroom, start learning, and you weren't told where you should start. And you just kind of had to figure it out. That's not really fun, but that's kind of what this kind of makes me feel like. Like, oops, yeah, that's advanced chemistry. You haven't even done basic biology. You need to start much lower, but you didn't know that, so why don't you walk somewhere else, figure out the right class? Like, there's a reason that structure exists, especially when it comes to intellectual thinking in a lot of games, in a lot of life situations. There's a game song that actually had gates to keep you in one or more difficult areas. Yeah, I played some of those. Yeah. The area is the area of all the mechanics. It's designed to be returned to. I know that. I'm struggling to teach two mechanics at once. Okay. Let's define the two mechanics separately. Two black and one deck can add it together to a group of three. Epic, the problem is not the addition. I understand the addition. The problem is, how does the addition result in, you know... Like, you're telling me to add up die faces? Yeah, I get that. I've done that. That there are 3 black dots and 3 white dots. What's the next step? Let's move past this idea of adding the dice faces and move on to the next step. Simple coloration and grouping. There's a group of 2 black dots and a group of 1 black dot, and there's a group of 3 black dots. Or white dots, sorry. I looked at the guide. This is painting 23, so it seems painting 1 is simpler. Painting? There are other... Wait, what? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of paintings in here. And a crack in the wall. And a snowman. Why is there a snowman? Oh. Huh. That feels more solvable just looking at it. There's just one thing I know you should never do in a puzzle game, and that is, did you just blind luck solve a puzzle? Don't just shrug and move on. Figure out what you did. So that's what I'm trying to do, you know? Because the worst thing in the world is you don't understand a puzzle, you just brute forced it, and then you move on to the next one. Anything you were supposed to learn there is gone. Unless you bother to actually work back your work. That's, you know, it's like a teacher. It's like, oh, a teacher that doesn't care that you just wrote down the answer. They want you to write out your work. They want you to show your work. There's a reason teachers say, show your work. It might be annoying, but they want to make sure that you don't just answer the question, that you understand the question. There's a difference, after all. This is from the gallery region, the painting one, which I don't know. Okay, could you... What direction is the gallery? And you know what? We're just gonna turn that back off. I'm just gonna say that's not solved. Because really it isn't. I don't understand it. What confuses me here is to get into this castle where I have to know advanced mechanics, I had to solve a really basic puzzle. Why was the entry locked behind a basic puzzle that had nothing to do with the puzzles inside of it? That's kind of dumb, wouldn't you say? This is why I walked right in. I'm like, okay, I can totally know. Totally know this puzzle that unlocks the door. Let's go in the door. Like, why wouldn't I? Like, I solved the puzzle that unlocks the door. I completely understood what I was doing with it. So, why wouldn't I walk in? Gallery is this area building right here. Oh, wait. Are you saying? Wait. Are you saying? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Krasovs, are you saying that this first painting, the first one you can technically access the moment you walk into this place? Well, unless I go up the stairs, I guess. I could also go up here. But you're saying that this one on the ground floor, the first one in the first room on the ground floor, is number 23? So in other words, this is not one of the first ones you start with, technically? They expect you... Painting... Where's painting 1, then? So, who the fuck... Hey, did you walk into a big puzzle house? Cool. Oh, you want to do the first one you run into? That's one of the last ones you should do. What the fuck is that design? What the hell? Alright, where's painting 1? Let me guess. As far away from the first painting as possible? Like, up 2 floors and then maybe all the way back? Is that painting 1? Is that... Is that where painting 1 is? I don't know. Wait, checkerboard? You mean one of these? Well, the guide number of them. Well, it's probably an unofficial guide, to be fair. Painting 1. So he started. So he did start by writing. Well, I mean, yeah, looking at it, it does look simpler. Why did they design it that way? Hey, you just jumped into a big old puzzle place. Make sure to run up to the top floor before you do any other puzzles, because that's where you should start. Like, what the hell? Like, yeah, I agree. I mean, it's probably an arbitrary guide numbering, but I do definitely agree. This puzzle looks like one where I could figure something out involving it a lot easier than an abstract painting. That annoys me quite a bit, too. Why the... Yeah, this game is restricted by its open nature, because you have to figure out where you should go first. And then even if you are going somewhere where you can figure something out, then you also need to, like, weirdly walk through the area to find a later puzzle, which is actually the first puzzle? I don't know. Let's see. I mean, the obvious solution is actually the correct one. All right. All right. Yeah, these are easier. Fucking... Alright. I'm just like, why did they do this? Like, it's just... Why did they do this? Why? Why did they do it this way? Hold on. Oh, I know. You're clever. I see what you're doing. Instead of treating the cube as a single face, I'm now having to treat both sides of the cube as a single face. Okay, fair enough. Probably that. Okay, not quite right. Let's see. Oh, oh, I missed one. Nope, that's not it. I missed a few more. There we go. All right. Yeah, why are the easy ones... Why? How is Charm so smart? Because these puzzles were placed in a very logically inconsistent order. These are much simpler puzzles, to put it very simply. Wait, what is... Okay, whatever. Just assuming that's a gradient. I don't care. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, it's gotta be just a gradient. Somewhat confusing gradient, but... Yeah. Wait, what? Okay, this one breaks my brain a little bit, but it should be solvable. Oh, wait. Maybe I just count the dark ones as actually white, because it doesn't... This sounds kind of... The gradient really throws me off here. I don't know what to make out of it. Wait, what is... What do you... Okay, hold on. Let me start over. This great, you know, there's a blue gray at the top of this. It's actually throwing me off. The first two rows make they're more obfuscated. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna just assume that I'm going for the. Actually, wait a minute. That makes more sense. Because I'm noticing that gradient doesn't affect certain cubes as much. So maybe just go for these. That was wow. The timer already. Okay. Shoot. I don't actually quite understand this. There's too much visual confusion here. Are we going for colors or brightness? Yes, apparently. I don't know, man. Like, what would you, are these the same? Like, what would you consider that? I don't get it. Start with the left ones. I guess so. I mean, I don't know. This feels really super arbitrary. Oh, okay. This feels really super arbitrary, to be honest. Oh, with you. I mean, this one wasn't too bad. Oh, okay. I see. No, I don't see. Oh, wait. No, I do see. There we go. This is hard to solve because the right... Okay. Consider each as two rows. Consider each two columns as a light-facing side and a dark-facing side. The light-facing side is fairly self-explanatory. The dark-facing side, though, has darker squares that count as white squares. It's a little disorienting. So, for instance, if you look at this light-facing column here, light, dark, light, dark, light. Because the dark ones are kind of still bright because this is the light-facing side. On the dark-facing side, the ones that were previously dark are now the light ones, and then the dark ones are even darker. So dark, or light, dark, light, dark, light. But I have to say, I feel like this puzzle would murder some... Well, okay, it's not really color. I feel like color blindness might affect this puzzle, though. It's kind of subtle. Not sure if this works so great for color blindness. Alright, so, yeah, I think... So, in other words, we're not worrying about the color, like, in this situation. I don't think I'm worried about the color here. I'm just worried about... Ah, I see. I think I see. Oh, this is really... Color blindness would make this puzzle definitely harder. So, here's the thing. Light face, light face, light face, light face. Dark, light... Dark, dark, light. I can figure out these. Light, 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 dark, dark. I don't know about the rest, though. Try and figure that out. Oh, dark, dark, dark. I don't know what Green's darkness is. So this is light. That's... Oh my god. No, it's an optical illusion. It's an optical illusion. But... Yeah, okay, that one I think is actually light. I think that one's light. That one's dark. That one's dark. That one's light. Okay. And then over here, light. Wait. That's... Oh my god, let me start over. I'm not even colorblind to this hurts. Alright. These two are definitely... I'm going to do it column by column. Those two are confirmatively... Here's what's tricky. Some of these colors are not actually provided in a light color for some reason. So I have to, like, figure out what light means. Maybe I should just do a color at a time. But those like, row at a time. So those are dark. That's a light green, which means that's not a light green. But that is a light green. That's dumb. Alright. I don't know if this is a good puzzle. This really kind of hurts the eyes. You gotta, like, really consider the color gradients and stuff. I don't feel like this is a good puzzle. It's like, say, like, that's dark purple, so that's white. That's light, that's light. That's light. That's light. Is it my brain playing tricks on me, or is this and this different colors? They're probably the same color. It's probably an optical illusion. But these two dark greens seem different to me. Alright, see you later, Epic. I don't know why you're apologizing. It's fine. I can't? You can't what? Alright. I guess he's frustrated by my lack of puzzle solving skills. Oh well. The middle shade is just ambiguous because it depends on us left or right side. Yeah, it's... But here's the thing. If you look at this carefully. Light blue, normal blue, dark blue. Light blue, normal green, dark green. Light purple. Oh, there is a light purple. Like, here's the thing. Light purple is not nearly as light as light blue and light green, so it throws me off. Like, it's not the same brightness. But, yeah. So knowing that information now, that the purple one is just not nearly as bright as the other squares, that was throwing me off. I was kind of looking for the same amount of brightness for each one, but that wasn't there. So I had to consider that. Okay, I'm going to clean up these rows. Yeah, this doesn't feel like a good puzzle because it feels more like, oh, I'm sorry, are your eyes not perfect in like green colors? Sorry. I think like any puzzle that a colorblind person can't solve is... I mean, it could still be a decent puzzle, but I prefer puzzles that colorblind people can solve because, you know, inclusivity. Well, Carcerus, Epic did himself come by and volunteer his help. He didn't have to, of course, watch or participate. I think he ended up frustrating himself by involving. He didn't have to, you know. Okay, so that's a light square. And that's dark. And that's dark? Yeah, okay, I was right. God, this just hurts my eyes to mess with. And this one, I don't I mean, I get a little bit more now, but this one still breaks my brain a little. Because I'll just try my best. That gradient really throws me off. Like, what even is this color? Oh, we are dropping frames. Oh, that's cool. When did that start happening? Have we been doing that for a while? I imagine it's hard to tell because I've been staying in place for a while. Yeah, how have the frames been? I need to know. It is still dropping. Apparently it's dropping right now. Okay, hold on. What the fuck's going on? Dude. Let me check my internet. I'll lower down the frame rate, it's fine. That's annoying. I don't know why there'd be problems today. This has been since the multicolor puzzle. Oh, okay, so it only started recently. I generally will not notice frame drops unless it's brought to my attention, and then I can watch the number, but... Yeah, bear with me a minute. Well, that's a pretty miserable upload rate. Checking. And I see the problem. Let's see. Scheduled maintenance today. That was earlier today. Technically. They seem to sometimes spread it a little more. Happens to reports today. Okay. That's fine. This is Howler for an hour. I can reset it between games. So whatever. I just realized, like, oh, it's fine. I can troubleshoot in a minute. You guys want me to stop playing? I have to say, it kind of bums me out to see somebody walk out frustrated watching me try to play a puzzle game. That kind of... What would you guys do for, like, I do think, like, just looking at this puzzle, never mind the other one, never mind the one on the left, this one here, this gradient, this isn't how to, in my personal opinion, this is not how you design puzzles. Because it's really inexact information. And it's like, it requires you to, like, squint and, like, really kind of read it just right. And I don't know, man. Here's the thing, too. Let me explain something that the Steam description of this game says. They made a big deal about this little aspect. Let me read the description. This is just on the Steam description. Taiji is an adventure puzzle-solving game set in a mysterious world full of puzzles. Unlike many adventure games, the puzzles in Taiji all use a consistent interface, a grid of tiles which could be toggled on and off. Though this may seem simple, the consistency of the interface frees the player from guesswork or pixel hunting that happens in many adventure games. It is always clear what the player must interact with in order to solve the puzzle, but it is never entirely clear what they must do. They made a very big deal to explain that they had very clear visual conveyance for this game. And frankly, I don't see it. They made it such a big deal of like, no, it's very consistent, very easy to understand game. You have to solve puzzles, but the puzzle solving will always be very clear. And I just am like, I don't think so. Like, this doesn't feel clear. This feels like the opposite of the thing that they really tried to say. Like, yeah, that's why I brought it up. I wanted to provide a little context. I already knew the game described itself as a clearly conveyed game. But I mean, clearly conveyed, it has weird color gradients that you have to kind of squint to see. It gives you an open world, but there's definitely certain directions you're supposed to head first, probably. And the painting puzzles started easiest on the top floor, which is very non-intuitive. So it's kind of the opposite of the goal they stated on their description. Which I find a little bit problematic. I read that description and I was like, okay, they're going to be very clear about these puzzles, and if I just put my brain to it, I'll figure it out. But that doesn't really feel like what we have here. You know, the description made me feel like it would be a game I could approach. But this doesn't feel very approachable for me. Maybe you'd feel differently. I do think, like Carr said, this game has potential. But for a game that says it clearly conveys itself, I don't think it does. And that's a bit frustrating. The puzzles are organized nonsensically in difficulty and placement for difficulty, too. The description is misleading to laymen. Agreed. Because I read the reason I decided to play this game is because this game touted itself on its visual conveyance. But I think they missed the mark. I think some of these puzzles are still probably fun, but I also think there's going to be a lot of just like, where should I go first? Where should I go next? This doesn't feel like something I can figure out yet. I don't know. That's not fun. But, yeah. If it looks like something you want to play, maybe give it a shot. But for me, I mean, I don't know. Let's see what happens if I save and quit. Does it actually start me right at the position? I'm kind of curious. Wasn't paying attention last time. But yeah, I don't personally think it's very fun. Oh, it does start you right where you saved. Okay, that's good to know. So you can save anywhere and just you end up right physically where you were at, where you saved. That's good. That's at least one thing I can say about it. But Taiji, yeah, it has potential, but I feel like they didn't really understand what they were doing with some of these puzzles. I feel like they designed them convolutedly rather than as a good puzzle. And that's too bad. But yeah, that was Taiji. You can check it out for yourself if you're interested. The game costs... Actually, what does it cost? Is it out yet? I think it's out. Yeah. I would not recommend this. If you like what you see, though, it does have some nice qualities about it. But even if you like what you see, I would suggest waiting for a sale. This game looks to be costing 25 USD, and I personally think that even if this is fairly wealthy in puzzles, the variance in quality and direction, I wouldn't say it's worth $25. I'll just put it that way. But that was Taiji. Check it out if you're interested, or maybe watch a playthrough if you're just a little interested. Probably not for me, though. I don't think I'll be doing that.